Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl AdriennaDC. Tonight I am going to be showing you all of the fragrances that I am definitely looking forward to playing with over the fall season. Now we're just coming out of summer and I think fall is officially here. Yeah, fall is officially here. So basically I want to go through my entire perfume collection with you guys and show you guys the fragrances that I'm going to be most likely exploring over the fall and autumn months. So if this is something that you guys are interested in seeing, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please do hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. So let's just take you guys down and let's just get cracking. All right, so we're gonna be starting from this end right here. Please excuse my makeup brushes. I'm going to be showing you all the fragrances in my collection that I look forward to wearing this fall. So I'm going to start off with this baby right here. So this fragrance right here is Velvet Oud by Lattafa. Oh, the cover is coming off. Now, this particular perfume, it pretty much smells like a citrusy, bright, airy. It's a little bit sweet, but fresh at the same time. It comes out quite refined, but it has that bergamot essence in this perfume. I think it's some violet leaf as well, and it's a leathery smelling perfume. It's a leathery smelling perfume, but it comes out like a borderline unisex perfume, but the dry down is so beautiful. Okay, so for me, I can't wait to wear this particular fragrance during the fall season. It is a new addition to my collection, but it is a beautiful one nonetheless. So that is, Velvet Oud by Lattafa. The next fragrance that I can't wait to wear for the fall season is Kayed by Lattafa. This right here is a cardamom, spicy, cinnamon, vanilla, woody, incense smelling fragrance with a hint of oud. There's an amber in here as well. This is beautiful, you guys. This is a very refreshing, beautiful fragrance. It is so sweet. For me, these Lattafa perfumes, it just take my whole my taste for fragrance on a whole nother level. I just think these fragrances are so beautiful. The scent profile is just like, it's so warm and vanilla-y and oudy and spicy and sweet. I just love that fragrance, you guys, and I cannot wait to explore that perfume in the fall. Now, the next fragrance that I can't wait to wear in the fall season is Deluxe by Tiziana Terenzi. Now, this is a perfume that I bought earlier up in the year, and I have mentioned it a few times on my channel, but I haven't really been like wearing this fragrance a lot. It is a beautiful fragrance that can be worn all year round, in my opinion, because it's a very light and airy scent. But I think like I'm gonna be pulling for it more in the fall. This fragrance has in some coffee, iris, it has in some vanilla, some caramel, I think it has in some amber as well, and some cedar in the base. This is a beautiful smelling perfume. It is very it comes off quite light, but it's finely blended, That's, Tiziana Terenzi DNA. It's very finely blended, very soft, sweet, really pretty. It's warm. And like I said to you guys, I haven't been playing with it much, but I wore it to bed the night before. And when I woke up in the morning, this fragrance was literally hitting me, you guys. It like stood up all night and was hitting me in the face. It was really standing up quite strong. You got the coffee mixed with the vanilla and the iris, and the caramel essence that was standing out. Those are the notes that, really, shine in this perfume. And I definitely look forward to wearing this fragrance during the fall. I'm going to play with this baby and, just explore this scent a lot more. So this is Deluxe by Tiziana Terenzi. The next fragrance that I want to be playing with for the fall is going to be Bon Bon. I neglect this fragrance a lot. I rarely wear this perfume. And I want to say it's because it's a sugary, sweet, fruity smelling perfume. I think there's some blackcurrant, there's some peach, mandarin, but there's some caramel in the heart of this perfume that doesn't make this fragrance very transparent. Okay, it's not that cloying, but I would say because of that caramel essence in it, it just gives this fragrance a hint of like it kind of takes away the transparency in the perfume. So for me, I think I wanna, you know, play with this perfume a lot in the fall. I think this would be you know, the ideal time, like the early fall months, to really have fun with this fragrance. And it's a really beautiful scent, you guys. It's a sugary sweet fruity smelling perfume. I love this perfume. I want to say I've fallen in love with it even more because that caramel note is just like, I'm literally craving caramel right now. So yeah, Bon Bon, I can't wait to play with that baby during the fall. The next fragrance I actually want to play with as well, I'm going to be bringing out Rare Tiffany by Afnan. Like I said in my last video, I recently wore this perfume and I was shook by how much this fragrance stood out and how well this perfume lasted, okay? This is a florally sweet smelling perfume. Jasmine is dominating this fragrance. You get a lot of sweetness from the jasmine. There's some ylang ylang, some rose, sandalwood, and cedar in this perfume. This is so beautiful. It is so warm, florally, and pretty. This is a sweet smelling fragrance that lasts on your clothes like about 24 hours. Like literally, the outfit that I wore, I doused myself in it, and the next day when I went through my laundry, like it was all over my dress, you guys. And I was quite shook to see how, you know, how well this fragrance stood up. And again, because of that warmness in this perfume, you know, I think there's some caramel in here as well. Because of the caramel touches and the sandalwood, I think this fragrance is a really beautiful scent to pull for in the early fall months as well. So this is Rare Tiffany by Afnan. The next fragrance I want to play with for the fall is Candle by Night. So of course, this is your sweet honey, cherry, vanilla, you know, patchouli smelling perfume. Okay, there's some there's some cherries in the heart, like I said. Of course, you know, the highlight is the cherries. I love the cherry, you know, touches in this fragrance. For me, it just adds a touch more sexiness to this perfume. It makes it a bit more deeper, a bit more sensual, a bit more interesting. Okay, so for me, I think I'm gonna play with this perfume. And you know what's funny? This is another perfume that I really touch. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why, but if I'm honest with you guys, I hardly pull for Scandal. I guess my life isn't that, you know, I don't have many date nights. Yeah, unfortunately. I don't have many date nights because it's always a family night for me. It's always like a family outing or whatever. And I don't usually pull for this perfume right here. But these are two sexy, sensual, dark, honey, fruity smelling perfumes that I cannot wait to play with for the fall. So I'm definitely going to be, you know, exploring this perfume a lot more for the fall months. Now, this next fragrance right here is Calamat by Arabian Oud. Now, I recently had this perfume. Opens up with some fruity notes. Okay, it has some blueberry and some anise in the opening. It also has some woody touches in the heart, and I think there's some amber, some honey, and some musk. Overall, this is somewhat a soft, sweet, you know, it has like the sweetness in here, so it doesn't come off like very dominant fruity essence. It has those, you know, the sweetness from the fruity notes, but it still comes off really oriental. Okay, so it comes out quite oriental. You get the woody touches, very slight woody touches, the vanilla, and you definitely get some amber in here, but it's not like a thick amber. So this is still a very sweet, airy, woody, oriental perfume. I love this fragrance. I cannot wait to, you know, explore this perfume a lot more in the fall. It does come off like it wears quite light, but yeah, I'm going to be exploring this fragrance a little bit more. The next fragrance I can't wait to play with in the fall, if you just excuse, I'm trying my best not to drop these fragrances, is Tom Ford Noir. And this for me is a spicy, ambery, vanilla, woody smelling fragrance. Pretty much a spicy, ambery, woody, vanilla scent, you guys. This baby right here, I can't wait to play with this perfume. Once again, this fragrance is fairly new to my collection, so I have not been playing with it because, of course, you know, we just come out of summer and I bought this in the summer, so I didn't really get to play with this perfume much. So I definitely look forward to playing with it now for the fall. I'm trying my best not to drop anything. The next fragrance I'm going to be playing with is, of course, Oud for Glory by Lattafa. Now, this perfume right here smells like a It smells like a burnt, candied, leathery smelling fragrance. I get slight woody touches in this one. Slight woody touches. It's weird, it's quite soft, but it's like like people would describe it as a masculine version of Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm not a big fan of Baccarat Rouge 540, but I do like having it in my collection, especially in such a fancy bottle. I definitely like this fragrance. It wears somewhat close to the skin, but it projects. I would say like you can smell yourself wearing it. You know, Baccarat Rouge 540, you don't smell it on you, but you smell yourself wearing this one, and it lasts really, really long. It gets really close to the skin, and it's a beautiful scent, I would have to say. I love this fragrance. Definitely a perfume that I'm going to be properly exploring, you know, for the fall and winter months. Okay. Yeah, guys, I just dropped it. Anyways, the next fragrance that I'm going to be playing with is Ministry of Oud Satin. And this is another clone of Oud Satin Mood from MFK. Now, they didn't quite nail it with this one right here, but it's still a really beautiful scent. For me, what I get from this fragrance is some florally notes, like a candied, fruity florally note with a hint of bitterness to it. I want to say that you get slight oody vibes in here, but you know, this is not like a strong oud, but it still has a slight bit of sting to it. It is still a bit softer than the Oud Satin Mood, but it's still a beautiful fragrance nonetheless. So I definitely look forward to wearing this fragrance. The projection on this is really beautiful. It definitely fills up a room and it projects. And I would say the scent profile is quite outstanding. Even though they didn't quite nail it on, you know, on the head, I think it's a beautiful scent. So I'm going to enjoy wearing this fragrance for the fall. So that is Oud Satin by Ministry of Oud. Oops, I'm trying my best not to drop it. Okay, the next fragrance I'm going to be pulling out for the fall, of course, is going to be L'Interdit by Givenchy. I haven't played with this baby in a long time. And this is your jasmine, tuberose, woody, earthy smelling fragrance. Accentuated sweet jasmine fragrance, white floral touches, a white floral essence, and with that intensely prominent woody and earthy dry down. Beautiful, comforting, warm smelling fragrance. For me, this puts me in the mood of being by a cabin, you know, sitting in front of a fireplace drinking coffee. And I don't even drink coffee, but that's the vibe that this fragrance, you know, puts you in on a nice cold, you know, winter's night. And you're wrapped up with a blanket in front of a fireplace. I love this perfume. This is the vibe that this fragrance gives me. So L'Interdit by Givenchy is definitely going to be coming out for the fall months. The next fragrance I can't wait to explore a little bit more is Moschino Thai Boy. And for me, this is a spicy, rose, woody smelling fragrance. Now, it's quite strong, and I think this is gonna, you know, hold up really well during the fall months. I want to say it's still a bit eerie, but it's a beautiful perfume to wear, you know, during this time of the year. This perfume really projects. I want to say there's slight leathery touches to this perfume as well. But for me, I definitely look forward to wearing this fragrance during the fall months. So this is Thai by 2. Let me just see if I can make some space so that I don't throw my fragrances down, because I'm crunched for space, as you guys can see. So the next fragrance that I can't wait to wear for the fall months is Mahad by Lattafa. And this is a sweet, spicy, rose, woody, woody, a little bit smoky smelling fragrance, you guys. It is very much a complex fragrance, but an interesting one at that. The oud in here is a little bit animalic. I get slight Mancera vibes in here. This is a strong perfume. It projects and it dries down so sexy. It is beautiful. It is characterful. It is everything, and most of all, it is very different and very unique. It's not like anything I've smelled anywhere else. So, you know, it's not like anything else I have in my collection, so to speak. It just has like the oud in here reminds me of the oud in some of the Mancera fragrances, and that's pretty much the only resemblance that it has with Mancera. But I like that because I feel like it just adds a bit more of credibility to the fragrance, because, you know, Mancera fragrances are well renowned. So, you know, Lattafa, for me, I think we definitely get a good dose of quality in these fragrances. So this is Mahad by Lattafa. Now, this is the black edition to the Lattafa, to the Mahad one. This is a intensely dark, smoky, woody, incensey, a hint of green, earthy smelling fragrance with a hint of sweetness, you guys. I don't know how to wear this perfume, but I'm going to be testing it out for the fall for sure. I'm going to see how it wears. It's a very hard fragrance to wear. Again, the gold edition, which is this one right here, is already quite different, but this one is even more different, you guys. And it's a challenging wear, but I want to explore it. I want to see how it is. I want to see if it grows on me, because it's such a beautiful bottle. I don't want to just have it in my collection and not wear it. So yeah, we're gonna see how this fragrance performs in the fall and winter months. So this is the Meher, the gold edition. The next fragrance that I'm looking forward to playing with in the fall is Calamat Black, and this is again another fragrance from Arabian Oud. This for me is a somewhat of a aromatic oud, woody, ambery, eerie smelling perfume. There's some sweetness in here from the vanilla. It's a very interesting fragrance to wear. Okay, it is borderline unisex in my opinion, but you know, it gives you that for somewhat of a Middle Eastern vibe, but a little bit refined, so to an extent. So it's not fully like, you know, it's not like you know, it gives you a similar vibe to the Arabian, to the Latafa fragrances, but I want to say it's slightly more refined, but beautiful and clean and pretty at the same time. So yeah, I definitely look forward to wearing this fragrance, as well as I'm going to be exploring some more fragrances from Arabian Oud. I really love that brand. The next fragrance that I cannot wait to wear in the fall is Oud Mood by Latafa. And this is another, you know, sweet, caramelly, incensey, woody, oudy smelling perfume. This is a nice, well-balanced perfume, okay? The incense is not too loud, okay? The woody essence is not extremely woody. It's not like really smoky or anything like that. It's a beautiful balance of, you know, when you think of like a Middle Eastern fragrance with the oud, the wood, the incense, and you know, the caramel in this fragrance. This is a really beautiful perfume. I'm telling you guys, if you have not tried out Latafa has some serious gems, okay? Like this perfume can stand up next to any designer fragrance in my collection and outshine them solid, okay? The quality of this fragrance is definitely up there. It's definitely top notch. No questions asked, you guys. Like, I'm really, really impressed with this brand, and you guys need to try it out and, you know, see what it's like. Okay, so the next fragrance I want to explore in the fall is definitely going to be Al Haramain Junoon Noir, and it's a sugary sweet vanilla smelling fragrance. There is a sugary sweetness to this fragrance that's outstanding yet not cloying. There is some depth to this perfume, and I haven't smelled it in a minute, but I think it has some woody touches in here as well. This is a beautiful all year round fragrance, but in the fall, this is definitely gonna perform, and this is definitely going to shine. It has a really big kick to it. These Al Haramain fragrances are really substantial, really strong, outstanding fragrances, you guys. So this right here, the longevity, the projection of this perfume right here is definitely going to be starring this fall in my collection. The next fragrance I want to be playing with for this fall is Lavelle by Tiziana Terenzi. This is another perfume that I have not been playing with that much. I have mentioned it a few times on my channel, but this one here is a sweet fig, earthy, woody, vanilla-y smelling fragrance. There are some mangoes in this perfume. There's a lot of fruity notes in here, combined with a lot of you know, somewhat aromatic, somewhat green touches as well. But for me, this has a sweet, creamy, vanilla-y, fig, earthy, woody scent. This is going to be a beautiful perfume to wear in the fall season. Dry down of this perfume is very, very comforting. I can imagine this fragrance being very comforting during the fall months. It does wear very close to the skin, but I'm going to be overspraying and playing with this perfume a little bit. I recently tested this perfume out, and it was, you know, it didn't, I would say the deluxe even stood out a lot more than this particular fragrance, but I'm going to play with it a lot more, and I'm most likely going to be overspraying this baby right here. So that is Lavelle by Tiziana Terenzi. Next, I'm going to be pulling for my Lavelle, the Le Parfum Intense. I haven't been wearing this fragrance either. I'm gonna say that this fragrance comes off a little bit strong, or maybe I recently sprayed it and I sprayed it and it was quite warm, and it was really intense, and it was really strong, it was really sweet, it was really warm, and there's a hint of spiciness to it, and you know, it's a bit like that tonka is very outstanding in this particular fragrance. I would say this is a good perfume to wear in the dead winter, but I'm gonna play with it for the fall, and I look forward to, you know, playing with it a bit more. So that is the Lavelle Le Parfum Intense. Okay, the next fragrance I'll be playing with is, of course, my Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Another perfume that I haven't really been playing with much. I want to say I was kind of like late to grabbing this fragrance because I got really oriental vibes. This is a fragrance that can be worn all year round, okay? I didn't explore it a lot in the summer because I didn't really get like, you know, full-blown summer vibes from this. I don't really get like a lot of summer vibes from this perfume. But in the fall, I'm definitely going to be bringing this baby out. So that's that Sweet Diamond Pink Peppers. The next fragrance, I'm not going to be bringing out the vanilla from Kylie just yet. Instead, I'm going to be bringing out the Invite Only Amber 23. And of course, it's the newest release here, Cherry Tobacco. Right now, you guys, tobacco, I'm hunting down all the tobacco fragrances. There are too many out there for me to afford, but I'm going to pick the best ones. In the meantime, I'm happy to have this one. This one has in your cherry tobacco, your honey, and your oud. Oud is not that prominent here. I don't really get it a lot, but it's sweet. It's beautiful. It dries on quite, you know, somewhat sexy. I would say it's a bit, you know, a little bit sensual. The skin scent, it smells really nice when it dries down. But I'm just glad to have this perfume in my collection, okay? I definitely love the note profile, and I'm going to be playing with this perfume in the fall months for certain. And next, I'm going to be playing with my Shagaf Oud. I'm going to bring this baby out. Now, I want to say to you, my nose is finally maturing. So Shagaf Oud is a perfume that I don't play with too tough. I don't play with this fragrance a lot. But I'm thinking I'm at that point in my perfume journey that craving stronger fragrances. I'm a lot more tolerable to oud scents, and I understand them a lot more. So I definitely look forward to playing with this fragrance in the fall months. So that is Shagaf Oud. Also, I'm going to be playing with my Oud Bouquet. This is another fragrance that I would say that my nose has definitely you know, warmed up to these stronger oud, you know, vanilla, ambery, you know, scents. I think some rose in here as well, and some praline. This is a very strong perfume, and wearing this fragrance as of lately, it's like very, very tolerable. So I'm going to be basking in that perfume for the fall. And this one as well, I can't wait to wear this one for the fall. This is Chic al Shaykh by Lattafa. This is a lighter, airier version of Shagaf Oud. Okay, it's more wearable, but it's just as strong, you guys. So you want to not be fooled by the light and airiness of this fragrance, but it's so beautiful because, once again, it's not as thick, it is not as dense, it's not as ambery and oudy as the Shagaf Oud or the Amber Oud. So it falls dead sharp in the middle of Shagaf Oud and Oud Bouquet. Beautiful fragrance, you guys. And next, I want to be playing with, oh my god, this fragrance right here, Sharuto Tobacco Vanille. This is a clone for the Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, and this is so sexy. This is so nice. This is your tobacco, honey, vanilla, and your dried fruits. And when it dries down, you get the true essence of the tobacco, a dry tobacco with some honey, sweet. I love this fragrance. This is so intoxicatingly sweet and nice, you guys. I love this perfume. Definitely not what I was expecting when, you know, when I heard of Tobacco Vanille. The next fragrance I'm going to be pulling for is, of course, my Emea Oud. I'm not going to talk about this perfume much because I think I've been talking about this fragrance all week. Your smoky, sugary, brown sugary, sweet, woody, incensey, oudy smelling perfume. My favorite from Lattafa. Okay, I'm also going to be bringing out my Ragba Wood Intense, which is another Lattafa fragrance. I'm going to be Lattafa all summer. This one is not as sugary sweet as the Emea Oud. It is light and airy. It is more caramel and wood and incense, okay? I'm not getting a lot of oud in here. There's an airy, caramelly, woody, incensey smelling fragrance, and it's quite light. It's meant to be the intense version. It's not that intense. Instead, it's very refreshing, very airy, a very pleasant wearing experience. Really, really nice, you guys. Now I'll just take you guys over here. So everything is pretty much just chucked in over here, but never mind, okay. The next fragrance I want to get in for the fall is Chocolate Greedy, and this is just your vanilla and chocolate. Your most realistic vanilla and chocolatey smelling perfume. This smells so good, and I can imagine on those warm, on those cold fall or winter nights, this fragrance is going to be so nice, you guys. So I can't wait to pull this perfume out. I usually wear this fragrance with Angel Shares to add a bit of booziness to it, because I find that this perfume smells more edible than perfume like. So when I add my Angel Shares, it adds a bit of booziness to it, and a little bit, it just kind of like take away from that sweetness and that smooth and that smooth vanilla and chocolate. Now this perfume right here is very interesting. Now, if you guys recall, I'm losing my voice. Now, if you guys recall, when I hauled this fragrance earlier up in the year, I said this perfume smelled like armpits. Now, here's the thing, you guys. Once again, my nose is maturing, and I'm beginning to understand fragrances like this. I still do get slight remnants of that armpit vibe, but I didn't realize that that is what you guys consider to be animalic oud. So this fragrance is extremely animalic. The oud in here is extremely animalic oud in my opinion, okay? But I want to say, because of my sense of smell and my taste of fragrances is maturing, I want to see how this fragrance performs in the fall. If I wear this fragrance, I'm not going to put it on my skin, because if you guys recall, this is the perfume that you have to scrub off, okay? Hear me. This is a perfume that when you take a shower, after you take a shower, it is still on your skin. Tried and tested and true, okay? This is no joke. So this perfume here, I'm going to spray it on my clothes, and I think the opening is not as pleasant as the dry down. So I'm going to wait for that. Even my partner doesn't even want to smell this fragrance, but I'm definitely going to explore it a little bit for the fall. Okay, next I'm going to be exploring this fragrance right here. This is Oud Cafe by Mancera, and this is a oud coffee, a little bit woody smelling perfume. That's what, a little bit woody. This is another perfume that I bought a minute ago, and I didn't quite understand it. This has a bunch of notes in it, and it doesn't really smell like what the notes give you, but it's more along the lines of Latafa fragrances. It's a Middle Eastern woody coffee perfume. It's borderline unisex, but a beautiful perfume. Definitely a fall and winter fragrance. This is not a perfume to be worn in spring and summer. Nothing about this fragrance is playful, but it is quite nice. The coffee in here is nice. It's dry, and I'm going to be looking forward to wearing this fragrance. Okay, so that's Oud Cafe. Next, I want to be exploring, Black Phantom. This is your sweet candied caramel toffee nutty sweet vanilla smelling fragrance. Pretty much, you get your toffee, like it's like a candied toffee caramel essence. You get the nuts in here. I think there's some sandalwood in here as well. Beautiful fragrance. I can't wait to wear this fragrance during the fall. It's quite soft. It's somewhat light. It's not that strong in my opinion. So it's a very cozy and warm, but definitely a very enjoyable fragrance for the fall and winter months. So Black Phantom by Kilian. I can't wait to be wearing this baby right here. And Angel Muse. This is my baby. This is your praline. This is your hazelnut cocoa and patchouli scent. This smells like a powdered chocolatey fragrance. I would say it smells like cocoa. I would say like the powdered cocoa drinks or that you drink during the fall or whatever. It just smells like powdered chocolates. Okay, this perfume right here, I can't wait to wear this. This is one of my favorite perfumes to pull for, so I can't wait to explore this fragrance. Well, not explore it, because this is something that I'm quite used to playing with and enjoying over the fall. And yeah, these are all the fragrances that I can't wait to bask in over the fall. Now, I would love to have had these set aside for you guys, but if you see my last few videos, you see that I don't have any space. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, this video. If in fact you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Big one, please. Big thumbs up. And if you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell. That one right here. Make sure to hit that notification bell. So that way you guys will be notified every single time I upload. And until next time, see you guys in my next video. Bye.